Hello, this is ixcast episode 22, and I'm joined by Mao.
Hi,
Mao.
I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
I'm
and
here.
I'm also joined by Dave.
Hello.
And hopefully we'll get Church in here at some point, but he went to go get a soda, as we like to say.
He went to go get a soda, and that's like the equivalent, Church's equivalent of like, you know, your dad going to the store for a pack of smokes.
Exactly. But I mean, Dave, you asked yesterday, do you guys like have a topic you guys want to talk about? And it's just like, no, not really.
Just spitball.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
What have you been doing lately, man?
Just work, but I've been playing some games in the afternoons, just chilling, watching movies and shows.
I know we talked about it before. Man, we don't have to go into super depth with it, but
Yeah,
you're learning like Chinese Mandarin.
Oh yeah. I'm learning Chinese, Duolingo. It's a great resource. I think it's
the one.
With the owl,
One
the
where,
fucking owl.
Yeah.
That's where the owl, if you don't keep up on it, he shows up at your house and just like mugs you.
Yeah.
Dude, I've gotten some
They
of those
send
updates.
like vaguely threatening like notifications.
They'll be like, "Hey man, you know, if you don't keep that hot streak going, I'll break your fucking knees."
It's like, okay, man. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. It's like, all right.
I don't know.
I'll learn the language.
Okay. Calm down, Jesus.
I liked the one where it's like, hey, you've missed your lesson for the day, and then it's like someone's like home security alerts, like there was someone coming in the back door.
Yeah. Besides that, I don't know, recent news. Monster Hunter Rise came out. That game's cool.
What's that? What you guys have all been playing?
We've been playing it a lot. If Church was here, he could talk about that. Because
is pretty baller.
He's been going hog wild on that. I don't think I've ever used that term before, or phrase. But
Hog wild?
Hog wild.
Pig
Who
crazy.
made that up?
I don't know.
James R. Hog Wild.
Jonathan T. Mustard created mustard.
Oh no.
You don't remember this joke, Dave?
I forgot.
Oh wait, you weren't there.
Probably not.
We were joking at Steak and Shake about like the people who created things.
Oh.
And it like started with like the whole like joke of like William D. created running when he took 2 steps at once or something. It's just
wait, 2
stupid.
steps at once would just be jumping.
Yeah.
It'd be William D. jumping.
Yeah, whatever.
You get it.
No, it's Bill jumping. Sorry.
Yeah, Bill jumping created it. But with the podcast stuff, I am taking the liberty of like not worrying about it anymore because I'm just gonna edit out like these. If there's any awkward breaks, like literally, don't worry about it.
You're
I've just come to realize that you can just edit it out, and I
yeah,
don't
it's
care
pretty
anymore.
nice.
So
yeah,
it's whatever. It's not like a stream where you're just kind of talking, and then for like 15 seconds, neither of you say something, and you're just like, anyways, and like you can't think of anything to say. I've been streaming with Teddy actually, at twitch.tv/dumbnerdthing, on Tuesdays. We're doing like a bunch of like different anime games and stuff, and it's like streamed for like 2.5 hours usually each night on Tuesdays. But then he's like trying to stream like every single day.
Is it pretty consistent or?
He's staying consistent, yeah.
That's awesome.
And then like I think he took a break, not this week but last week, because he had like some stuff that he had to deal with. But like it's been a lot of fun, just like streaming. What we started out with was actually Jump Force. Do you remember what that game is?
No, could you remind me, please?
It's the game where it's like 3D animated. It's like a Naruto fighter, but it's all the characters from Shonen Jump.
So you got
it's like
DBZ
Naruto. Yeah.
Oh, didn't we play this back in the dorm?
It's the one in like it's the one that looks like it's in Unreal Engine 4. Like everyone has like the realistic lighting and stuff. And
yeah, exactly. And it's like, you know, it's like Naruto, Luffy, Yeah,
Oh,
Goku,
gotcha.
Vegeta, like all sorts of characters from Shonen Jump, and so it's called
Gotcha.
Jump Force. And the game is like mediocre at best, in my opinion. It's like it has a lot of cool like customization options, just like you can create a character in it and like give them like Goku's gi and like stuff like that, and Luffy's hat, and like make them look like certain different like anime girls and stuff. But like, oh yeah, it also has like JoJo characters and stuff. It has Hunter x Hunter character, like it has everything Shonen Jump really, but at the same time not everything, and it's kind of weird. It basically has everything that's like popular because Shonen Jump is very popular. It's a magazine.
Okay, yeah, because I'm trying to figure out like how they're able to make it. So it's like a legit game.
Right.
It's not just like
it's a
some
legit,
bootleg-
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's legit. It's by Bandai Namco,
Oh.
and someone else that I don't remember the name of, but I'm pretty sure it is an Unreal 4 game. So
Like,
it's just like has
it-
these 3D animated like weird looking
It
flesh
is-
characters. It's weird.
Developed by Spike Chunsoft and published by Bandai Namco.
Thank you. Yes, there you go.
But yeah, no, it's got like some lesser known stuff, but a lot of like the Shonen's Jump standbys. But it's also missing some. It's like every one of those Nintendo hired this man like things where they'll throw like Mario into like a Witcher field and have him run around and be like, yeah, no, this is what it should look like.
This is what modern Zelda is supposed to look like, and it's literally just a model of Link in an Unreal Engine like default what's it called, plane. And then like same thing with like this is what modern Kirby could look like, and it's the same exact thing with like default like stone textures everywhere and shit. Yeah, it's but that game is something that we were streaming like every once in a while, and then I think like a couple weeks in he was like, okay, let's switch to like other stuff and then go back to this, because Jump Force is kind of like really fucking boring at certain points, because it's literally just like do a mission, do a story mission, do a story mission, do a story mission, and the story missions don't really have much, I don't know, like through line, much like this podcast. And it's basically like you have a story mission that's like, okay, I'm my main character and I'm teaming up with Deku from My Hero Academia, and you go into your mission and you're fighting against Bakugo, which is like another main character of My Hero, but he's not an antagonist. He's just like a guy. He's one of the other guys at the high school, and he's evil for literally no reason. And there's like a misunderstanding, and then it's like you go to the next mission after beating him, and then like now he's on your team, and then it's now Deku, he's evil. And it's like, what? Why? Wait,
Isn't it like the brawl story? Like you just go around.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
And
it's the same thing with like a lot of like traditional fighters do it too. Like with Street Fighter, it's like, what's the best example? Like El Fuerte. Do you remember this, Mao? Like El Fuerte is like walking down a street and like fucking like I don't even know, like Cody or something is like, I don't like people with masks, and so he just fights El Fuerte for no reason.
Like I remember looking back at this at one point. They would have like legitimate like story reasons where they'd be like, Guile sees Abel throw a sonic boom, and he's like, oh, maybe this guy knows Nash, I'm gonna go talk to him, and then they fight.
Right. But
then you have other ones where it's just like, oh, E Honda and Hakan argue about wrestling, so they're gonna fight. It's just like they have to. A lot of these things they just have to come up with something for a character, so will just throw something and be like, okay, there we go.
They just it's either like very real lore reasons for fighting, or like the most petty thing, we just need a filler battle here kind of stuff, and that's basically all of what Jump Force is. I
think it's Leon Massey. Or maybe it was it was Stumblebee. Stumblebee made the video where it was like, why are there so many arena fighters? And he kind of goes into some like good reasons why they're like just so common. And it's like some of it's just like, oh, because they make money, and like because they're not like very tech intensive. Like someone who just likes the anime can pick them up and not like hate themselves for playing it.
With like the Naruto games, you basically pick a character that you like, or like whatever, two characters, whatever. And have like a team system where you push 3 different buttons and they do 3 different things for each character, and you have a super, and that's about it. You run around an arena and fight each other, and it's like that's sufficient. That's fine.
Yep.
It works. And like the thing that's cool about those games at least is that they actually go through the story of Naruto and don't really they have a little bit more than that. Like they have like other like missions and stuff, but they're like usually like go collect this thing or help this one person in the town, and it's just like some random villager. But otherwise it's like this is the actual plot of Naruto, and that's pretty cool that they do that. But with Jump Force, it's like, what do? Oh, you have to make a plot that's like literally makes no sense for all these characters to join up together and do random things. So it's weird. But we were streaming that, and then he's like, yeah, let's do something else. So we started streaming Attack on Titan 2, I believe. Or no, 1. Attack on Titan 1, the video game. And we had some fun times with that, but that game is also kind of the same thing where it's like we're running through like missions, but then also some story missions, and like it does have some plot, and it's cool gameplay and everything. But then we added on another one, which is I think I showed this to you, Dave, but I'm not sure. It's called Valhalla. It's like a visual novel game.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
It's called Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action. And
what the fuck?
Yeah. And so you're this bartender at a bar in like a dystopian, cyberpunk like world, like I think it's 2069 or something like that. And you just talk to people and make them drinks, and you get like story of the world through that.
That's actually a really cool concept. Like you don't actually go anywhere, but you just learn by strangers.
Yeah, you basically have like this screen on the right side that's like all your different ingredients, and then you can open up a menu when people order things and then like do it correctly and give it to them. And then sometimes the people that walk in are just like, oh, give me the usual, and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? And but the characters are all very fun. I'm not sure if you would ever enjoy a visual novel game, but that is probably the closest. It's like it is a American, I believe it's an American made game. So I think that in that sense you might enjoy it, but otherwise you might not enjoy it.
I mean, there are like pretty I don't know if it's considered like a visual novel, but there was some game that came out recently where it's like a really story heavy like RPG, but it's basically just decision making. Mm-hmm. I guess that would make it sort of like.
Is it Disco Elysium?
No, it's called let me think of the name real quick.
There's another one.
It's called something of Sir Brant. I can't remember it, but it's
I don't know.
It's supposed to be. It's like I'll look it up real quick, but it's supposed to be pretty good. It's a indie developer.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, while you were looking that up, the life
and suffering of Sir Brant. I've seen some interesting stuff about that.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I don't think you can classify it as like a visual novel,
but it's just like very, very story heavy.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But remember I actually did play the one where you get to romance the cripple chicks.
God, that was pretty horrible. Shoujo?
That was pretty horrible. I ended up getting the ending where I fall off the roof and die. I'm probably on a list for playing that game.
Oh, shut up. You downloaded it like me from the actual website because it's free.
I meant because of the content. But no, I remember playing that game and being like, I don't know what any of this stuff is. We were like way back in college. I was just
it was like sophomore year of college.
Yeah.
Or something.
And I was like, all right, I'll see what this hype's about. Because I think Goose had played it and you had played it. And I was like,
Goose,
this seems
what
funny.
a guy.
What a name to bring back.
And then I fucking got the ending where you romance no one and you fall off the roof.
You just become you become friends with the guy who is like the only guy besides the teacher and like the medic person.
I guess that is like
doctor.
kind of a spoiler, but who cares?
It doesn't matter. It's like the only bad ending.
I fucking got that one.
There are bad.
There are bad endings. Yeah, you're right.
But that ending is the most mundane. Just I was so disappointed because it's like a
you were like a
couple hours,
like 3 hours into the game.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is actually kind of going places, and I think I just fucked up some crucial parts, and then I was like, well, here we are. But Yeah,
Yeah,
visual
you
novels are interesting, but I don't think it's not really my thing. I
yeah.
don't really do
The
that.
only ones that I've played are Katawa Shoujo and which actually does mean crippled girl. I'm pretty sure.
That's so
Because
ridiculous.
shoujo.
Horrible.
Wait, what does shoujo mean?
Shoujo's girl.
Shoujo is girl. Okay,
So just
yeah.
crippled girl.
So it's Katawa means cripple, cripple girl.
Oh my god!
I'm pretty sure that's what it means.
It's so on the nose.
Yeah, but I've only played that, and then like I'm gonna call Cyberpunk. I'm gonna call Cyberpunk 2077 is a visual novel.
It's such a weird
What is
concept
it,
for a game.
It's weird, yeah. Well, think about it. Like the way that the game opens is our main character has like a heart condition.
Yeah.
So like if he gets too excited or whatever, he fucking dies.
And then he goes to a school with all chicks or whatever it is. Not really, but you know.
Well, yeah, it's basically all chicks, and like all of them have very obvious like disabilities. So it's like one girl. I guess I'll explain it. One girl has no legs. One girl has no arms. One girl is blind. One girl is deaf. The one girl who is deaf has a person that helps her out. Who she doesn't. I don't think she actually has any disability. She just helps out.
She just has sign language.
And then the only like other notable ones are, this girl who like has no arm, and like stuff like that. But then like you have your main character who just like has a heart condition.
Oh, I thought all the girls were there because they were my bad. I fucked up the joke I was gonna say. I thought they were all there just because they were girls. As in, they're already disabled.
Oh my god!
Jeez,
I fucked it up. So honestly, it makes it so much worse.
It is kind of fucked up to begin with.
Oh yeah. I just ruined the joke, and then it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Great, fucking great. Oh, I'll call it a rage. I got a rage.
Okay.
All right. So I've been watching movies kind of like here and there more than I normally do, but for a while I've been getting more into like not really theme pieces, but like historical pieces.
Okay.
So I was watching like a bunch of World War II movies. Like I watched Dunkirk again, which is really good, obviously. But I came across this one called Enemy at the Gates, and it just pissed me off. It just made me so angry.
Is that the one about Hitler?
No, it's well, I mean, I guess in a way all of them kind of are, but not really. And Enemy at the Gates it's about like a Soviet sniper fighting at Stalingrad, and like it's such a weirdly toned movie. And my rage is specifically this: when it comes to historical pieces, and it involves people from specific nations, when they have different accents, like British accents, when they're supposed to be Russians, or they're not like speaking that language, it completely takes me out of it. Like I'd rather just read it. Like get a good Russian actor or something like that and have them play it. Because it's like I'm watching this movie and all the Russians are speaking with British accents and they're speaking English. All of the Germans also have
in Russia.
Yeah, in Russia at Stalingrad. All of the Germans are speaking English with a German accent. And it's just, I get that, like, it's meant to be like a mainstream movie, whatever, but it tries to take itself seriously at times, and then that's why it pulls me out of it. Because there's like parts where it's just obviously ridiculous. I mean, it's got Ron Perlman in it, for God's sake.
You mean the guy from Pacific Rim?
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just something that was bothering me. I don't know if that bothers you guys at all. Like,
I know exactly what
history,
you mean.
Things that are based like historically, and things just aren't correct. I don't know.
I do enjoy. I enjoy it a lot more when you have when it happens in just like media in general, where you have like, okay, these people are Chinese and they are speaking Chinese, and then like you have, or like a French person, like the main character goes to France and they're speaking French as people that are French.
Yeah. It's more immersive.
Or any language, and it's just like, okay, yes, this makes sense. But then like the only anime that I can think of that has like a person not from Japan speaking their native language like entirely, that comes to mind right now is Ping Pong, the animation. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
why I said it like that, but ping pong the animation. Ping pong.
That was in my Duolingo app.
I don't remember his name right now, but it's one of the guys that's like introduced like right away, and he's Chinese. He's one of the best Chinese players like ever, and he comes to Japan to be at that school and practice with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire time he's speaking Chinese, and so they have subtitles in Chinese, but obviously English for us. But that's just super. It is more immersive. It feels good.
Like I don't mind reading my shows or movies as long as it's like
yeah,
there's a purpose.
Yeah.
I think we've had the discussion before, not here, but
Yeah.
like, why are English dubs like weird?
Yeah.
And I think it's just because like things don't sound as serious or whatever. Like I guess it really just does come down to like if the show in itself was serious,
Or if the people that are making it give a shit. Like I mean, I feel
like the
some of
voice actor, if the voice actors give a shit, yeah.
Like some of the old like kids cartoons that we watched like growing up, that shit's just so bad on TV. You know what I mean? Like
I think like
A lot of
thing
those
is,
also.
like- Go on.
Go. No, you go ahead. You were talking.
I was
before
just gonna say that Digimon, like shows like Digimon, they completely change the plot in the show,
Yeah.
because it's a mainstream English thing now. But go on.
I was just gonna say there's so many videos out there that talk about like why a lot of those shows were changed in that way. Like
Yeah.
a lot of them are like, oh well, you need to change it because this or that, or I don't know. We don't get a lot of things like 4Kids now, where like
Yeah.
where they'll change it and they'll be like, oh, it's because kids can't deal with other cultures or whatever. But
Yeah,
like,
like
there's a lot of things where you're like, oh, well, why did they pick this actor for this? Or it's because the people that made it over in whatever country, I don't want to say just like Japan for like anime, but like they're like, oh well, they picked him because the creator thought that he sounded good for it, or like, oh well, they changed this line to this because it matched the lip flaps. It's just like there's a lot more things that go into it, and it's we are definitely past like the olden days where like you'd buy like your $60 game and it would just have like this awful dub.
Because we were just talking about why Naruto says "believe it," like literally like 2 days ago or something. We were talking about it, and it's just because what Naruto does say before, in like the beginning of Naruto, he says "databayo," which doesn't really mean anything. It basically just means like, and that's what I said, or
it's literally just like a tick that he has.
Yeah. He just says it like at the end of certain sentences. So when they did the dub for it, they were like, they just came up with words that go with the lip flaps instead of, what is it called, ADR?
Yeah, ADR. Yeah. Well, like, you can't. You're like almost entirely by contract not allowed to edit lip flaps. Like you have to keep them in there, which is why you have to match them.
Oh,
because if you edit them, they literally just say you can't make this anymore, and they take your money and you're out of it. Like, one of the big things about DBZA, like the abridging, they got in trouble a lot because they added in lip flaps and all that. That was part of it, was that they considered it that they were like altering it, or like that's like kind of like a thing that they brought up. Is just it's a huge no no, because you're seen as altering the source material, and that is
okay.
I don't know.
So ADR is more so
ADR
is people
is
figuring out what words will work here.
Yes.
Rather than actually changing the lip flap animation.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, and a lot of people don't realize that, and they'd rather I don't want a solution. I just want to be mad.
Yeah, exactly. Like you look at Dragon Ball Fighters, and you have like Goku say like, "That was fun. Let's do that again next time." Oh wait, that's Sonic's line.
I know what you mean. Like they'll say something, and then their lip flaps will keep moving because they're going
they're
with
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounded exactly like Sonic.
Yeah,
Chili dogs. Fucking dumb.
It's me, Goku. Chili dogs.
Didn't they take the guns out of Yu-Gi-Oh? Wasn't
Oh
that a thing?
yeah,
yeah, that was a
like
big
I
thing.
was about to say, I don't like. It's like, oh well, you can't change the source material, but I'm like, how the hell did 4Kids?
Well, I think it's
Like-
because if they knew that if they wanted to breach like the American market, which I feel like they knew that they couldn't show the guns to kids
Yeah.
over here.
I'm
based
sure
on
4Kids.
what is it? What's it called? Like is it the FCC? I don't know the rules for TV, whatever that commission.
I think it's FCC.
That
yeah.
is the FCC.
So I'm guessing that they were just like, yeah, if you want to sell this over here, you're gonna have to change it. And they were like, okay, fine. So they probably altered the contract for that. But like when it comes to abridging stuff, it's different.
Something about there's also early on in
Yeah.
there was One Piece. There's a guy that pulls a gun up to I think it's Luffy. Or
Oh,
no, he's
Kobe.
yeah, he's
Kobe's
holding
head.
he's holding it up to his head, and they replaced it with like this weird like hammer thing.
Yeah, it's like a spring hammer.
There's what is his name? Smoker.
Smoker is called Chaser, and he has no cigars in his mouth.
But he still like exudes fog because they didn't edit out the actual smoke. They just edited the cigars.
Yeah, and then every single time Sanji, they edit out Sanji lighting cigarettes, but then still have him with like a cigarette in his mouth. But they edited out the smoke, and every time he pulls it out, on the other end where it goes into his mouth, there's a like lollipop. And it's just like there are a bunch of videos that talk about this stuff, but it is like just fun to remember all of that.
Yeah.
And you have like, of course, like the Pokemon, like, gee, thanks Brock for making these jelly donuts. And they're like, onigiri.
Yeah.
There's a scene. I've seen the screenshot of it, and I think I actually saw the episode when it aired. Where there's like, I think Ash is like in the dream world, and he sees like in the sub he sees like a rice ball rolled down a like a hill. But in the dub, they edited it, and he sees just a big, like, foot-long hoagie roll down a hill. And it just looks really funny. What was the other one? Oh, I know I sent a picture of it when I was trying to rewatch GX. They would go in and draw... Like, there's, like, a scene where they just have a bunch of, like, the girls in, like, a hot tub, and they aren't wearing anything in the sub, but in the dub, they go in and they draw, like, swimsuits, and you can very clearly see where they drew them on.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. That reminds me of like the modern day censoring of like even Japanese media for TV is like stuff that like happens in like JoJo, or like more recently this show called Akudama Drive. They will have this censoring of like what is it? So like someone gets their head chopped off, or like someone gets their arm chopped off or something like that, right? And so what they do is the modern censoring is like just making that part of their body like black. Or like dark.
That's like a
Japanese. They put a shadow over it.
It's like a Japanese ratings board thing,
right? And then but then they replace it, or rather, they remove that shadow or like black when it goes to Blu-ray or DVD, rather.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Because it's a TV thing. Like even the funny one that I know a lot of people laughed about was the scene in Part 3 where Jotaro smokes.
Yes,
you can't show a minor smoking on TV in Japan, so
and Jotaro's 17 or something.
He's like 17 when that happens. So like they blacked out like from his nose to his chin and the cigarette.
Yep.
And which is kind of funny. What was I gonna say? Oh, Church is typing, by the way.
He's got his soda.
Sorry, man, I fell asleep. We knew it.
We knew it.
Let him in. Let him in.
What was I gonna say?
Yeah, sorry.
I was talking about
we were talking about blacked out bars on
blacked out bars.
Yeah.
It's just like there's just cross cultural like barriers, which you would think that some of them matter and some don't. It's really interesting.
It's all interesting because it's like when it comes to like rating systems in general, they're so arbitrary and they change every year, and it sadly comes down to just money and not actually caring about what people see.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring up, Spencer, you might know this, is that in some like whenever they would come out with not just like Japanese games that come over here, but like in American games that would go over to Japan, like maybe Call of Duty. Like in Call of Duty, you can like knife a guy and cut his head off, or you can like and you can like headshot him and blow it up. But in Japan, they take that out.
Mm-hmm.
I know that in like some Resident Evil games you can't. I think it was Code Veronica. In Code Veronica, one of the ports in the Japanese version, you couldn't headshot a zombie, and they kept that in for one of our versions.
So there I am, barbecue sauce just slathered all over my knees and my chest. However, none of it got on my thighs.
Oh, look, it's Mez. He's here to weigh in on the topic of censorship in other countries.
Okay, so
Mez would 100%
really
be
interesting.
censored in every country.
Absolutely, but you have to take into perspective cultural ideologies in there, because a lot of it is like, for example, today in class we actually did talk about this. I actually have pertinent information. So in Russia, you're not really supposed to be vulgar. You don't fuck. You make love.
Oh God.
Yeah, and in China, you put people you don't like in camps and make them work as slaves. So yeah, with just different cultures.
I had to,
And
I had
also
to
just in
ban-
China, you you take out skeletons in video games.
Yeah.
I had to ban a guy in a server that I was in because he was doing like the haha funny Chinese social credit score, and then he mentioned who's the group that's getting genocided? The
Uyghurs.
The
Uyghurs?
Uyghurs.
Yeah, the Uyghurs.
Uyghurs?
I know.
Yeah,
You can actually say both, and it's actually okay. It's technically correct.
Oh boy.
Are we
Uh,
recording or?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Yes.
Okay,
You're
good.
in the recording right now.
Awesome. that's
Congrats,
great.
everyone. We are now on BitChute.
We are on BitConnect.
So I guess I should say now, this is Mez. Hey, Mez.
I'm not real. Everything that you've heard from me is a figment of your imagination, and you should see a psychologist.
Wait,
Oh
you
my God.
banned someone for just discussing literal genocide going on?
Okay,
That's
no, I
kind of
mean,
fucked up.
people were kind of like, okay, haha, the funny Chinese social credit jokes, and LARPing as a Maoist, cool.
Wow.
But they literally have that.
Amiist?
It's not a
Amiist?
joke.
We're aware, but this was clearly like some repressed 14-year-old who saw like a few Reddit memes and was like, "Oh,
You're
I'll
just
be
trolling.
funny." Partially trolling. He also said, I mean, you should probably bleep this out, but
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Oh
That's
no,
a-
the bad word.
we
The
don't.
R. Hey, you can get around it by saying the R slur now. That's what
Yes, you
true.
I-
Um,
We don't
but
use that
and I
word
was
anymore.
like, hey, don't use that word, and he's like, why? And I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, this guy
makes a
is
good point.
clearly not teachable.
I
You should have
Yeah.
said this guy's clear.
So I'm gonna add in bleeps here, but
Yeah, that is a
we
bleep
were-
and a half.
we were talking. Dave was like, I know the words that I really can't say,
Yeah,
but what else can't I say? And I was like, don't say and don't say.
and I don't use that second one.
And he's
really,
like, and he's
so,
like, okay.
yeah, I don't use that second one really. But
I
the
better
first one is part of
better
my
see
conversation.
I better see
There's
those
bleeps.
get-
There's
those-
bleeps. Don't worry.
Yeah,
It's fine. Or I cut it all out. Who cares?
yeah, we can just chop most of this out. This doesn't have to be in there.
Just the fucking
Yeah.
the talk about Maoists.
Yeah.
And Chinese social credits.
You know,
No,
Oh,
I'm-
that reminds me of there was
I
another
guess
story
it is
about a guy.
I guess it is a good. It's kind of good that I was like, "Hey, Mez, censorship in other countries," because you actually had something to say. Also, Spencer reminded me of the wild ride that is the WoW Chinese client because of all the weird
yeah.
like, skeletal
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
The fact that undead just like can't, they're just zombies, not like
They-
actual
yeah,
like
they-
rotting flesh.
No bones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't
Yep.
show skeletons in China.
I think
Mhm.
they actually had to make new models for a lot of bosses because a lot
They
of
did.
like in Wrath, a lot of the bosses were just skeletons. So they're like, oh, here's
Didn't
like
they have
this.
to completely remodel like some Ice King stuff as well.
I don't know
Ice
about that.
Lich King.
Ice
Lich
King.
The Ice King.
I am the Ice King.
Landuin.
Tom Kenny. That's not allowed over there. Tom Kenny's definitely banned in China. They definitely don't want their kids
Yeah,
listening to that.
remember the episode of SpongeBob where he turns into an actual skeleton
Oh
multiple
yeah,
times?
banned.
Banned.
No, but
Banned in
That's
China.
I get it.
times SpongeBob was banned in other countries.
I
I'm just
get
gonna
it
I'm
because
just gonna call this episode "Banned in China."
I get it because like obviously they're trying to tap markets over there, but it also kind of sucks because people over here are just gonna be like, well, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save money, so I'm not gonna make one that I want to have over here. I'm gonna make one that's gonna fit all of China, the China criteria, and then just
So
sell
isn't
it
that
here
what
because I
happened
know
with the
people will
Warcraft
put up with
movie?
it. Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Mhm.
It's fucking annoying, but anyway.
There's also just I've heard a couple things in a podcast about how like a lot of like the China restrictions only apply to people bringing stuff over to China.
Hmm.
Like
well, yeah.
you have to like I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff. It's a lot. It's a big
But-
can of worms. We should probably.
But that's what I was
stop,
getting at,
We
is
should
that
stop
it's like-
talking about it.
Well, why? I mean, it's a good topic. But
we could talk about it.
we can-
I
if
want to
we-
talk
if
about
we
Chinese
need to.
mythology and why people need to stop using Sun Wukong and things and start
I
using other
really-
Chinese
I
mythological
really
figures.
don't think that we
Yeah,
need
because
to
they-
cut out
because
Chinese
they banned it.
stuff.
It's because they banned it. They don't have their. They got rid of all that shit. It's terrible.
What?
It's part of the old world. It's part of the bad world.
You mean Chinese mythology?
Yeah, that's no
Well,
good.
fucking every time that like a game has like a monkey character that's based off of like a deity, it's always like, oh, it's Wukong, it's Sun Wukong.
That's because that's all we
Warframe
know.
has it, League has it. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Smite has it.
Yeah,
That's because all
fucking-
anyone knows. It's just that
Fucking
myth.
Ruby had the one guy.
the guy's name was Son Wukong. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he had
Warframe
cool,
at least.
Go on. Sorry.
No, I want to. You had cool. He had cool.
Son Wukong has cool bow staff revolvers, nunchucks.
They're like shotguns.
no, they're like what are the pirate thing? The pirate
Flintlock.
guns. Flintlock pistols. They're nunchuck flintlock pistols that form into a bow staff. And he is
Anyway.
pretty fucking cool. Anyways, That show
did you
sucks
know Chinese mythology invented the first Heelys?
I believe it.
Neja.
Neja?
Neja. He was the fire prince, and he had wheels on his heels.
That's pretty sick.
I remember back in just fucking tangent. I remember back in like high school hockey, we would have like a separate thing for
You'd
like
have Heely
older.
fight nights where you guys put on Heelys and roller derbied around your gym.
No, that
punch the
just
shit out of each
that
other.
Not
just
exactly.
that just sounds amazing.
It does.
It does sound
You
amazing.
guys want
It's
to
a-
go do that?
It sounds like something we would have discussed. Like we're like, okay, well, who in the ISU Smash Club can roller derby the best, and then Wyatt would be like, oh no, I'm the best, and then Gasho would say something like, oh, I can't do it because I'm.
Gasho definitely cannot use Heelys. He would break himself.
He'd be like, "Wow, this tomato's on the bottom of my burger. I can't eat it."
Dude, that's a problem. That's a serious issue. He could
It is a
not.
serious issue. You can't do that.
I was like,
Um,
you can't just put that on top.
We-
Okay.
Kevin, if you're listening, we love you.
No.
Very much so. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, oh yeah, so like high school, like in high school hockey, like they had this whole like different program for like older people, like mainly like the people that were like, you know, our parents.
Geriatric?
What?
Jesus Christ.
What?
keep going. Keep going.
Like our parents would you know, like my dad, some of my teammates' dads would like do this thing on like Wednesday nights where they would just do like scrimmage games basically, but it's, you know, like I said, older people.
Yeah.
So but then we could enter them too. And I remember one of those nights, the one guy's dad came in and he had like adult Heelys. Not even joking. And everyone was like,
13
how did
fucking
you
Skechers
how
or
did you
whatever.
get these, how did you get these, you know, in your size? And he's like, oh, I wear a size 10. And we're like, what?
Oh my god.
Well, let the man special order is adult
Yeah.
Heelys in peace. Okay.
Yeah, true,
Not
true.
to
Yeah,
completely
yeah, yeah.
derail this conversation about Heelys, but I just got an email about a 401k plan.
Yeah. It's
For a new
because
job?
it's because it's April.
No.
Oh well, then yeah, a 401k is tied directly to your job, I believe.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
that's spam.
I work at
Get rid of
Kroger.
You know what's
I know.
funny?
I've
Some big
Oh,
chains
here we
actually
go.
offer 401ks.
Yeah.
Some big chains offer
Oh,
401ks.
Yeah.
Kroger does, but I ain't taking it. I'm trying to get
It's
out of there.
it's because it's April
Oh.
and the new like pay stuff happened.
You-
You're supposed to do
you-
your taxes soon.
Well, you,
I already did
you always
my taxes. I'm
you
getting
should-
like
you should-
$32 back.
You should have
you
already
always
done
add
that.
on the roll.
No. I've seen Mez at his job. It's the twink fruit section.
Did I look dead inside?
You did. I
I was having a bad day.
they were like you were not having fun, and we're just like, hey, here's a gun cannon.
One day we'll all work for Kroger,
No.
or Jewel,
I hope fucking not.
or yes, that you'll do that, or you'll be a maid.
Oh, I could do
or-
that.
That would be fine.
I'd look hot.
Well, you need to learn Chinese first. I'm telling you guys, get Duolingo, learn Chinese, and you'll be like a maid or a driver.
I only
or
know
something.
German.
That's literally useless, dude. Germany is done. It's over. But China, they're winning. So you need to learn Chinese, so you can work at the Chinese Kroger.
What if they?
Ni hao.
Dave, you're my favorite.
Yeah, what?
Dave, you're my favorite conspiracy theorist.
That's not a conspiracy theorist.
Dave was right about
true.
COVID.
You were right about COVID.
Mm-hmm.
No one else. I remember like
I was
a
right
month
about
before you were like,
When
yeah,
you
something's
said-
gonna go down.
no.
When
Here's
you
the thing.
said
Oh no. Well, the thing I remember
I
saying
mean, that was really brave of you.
No, shut up. so the thing I remember saying was that it was like at the time I was like, dude, there's some crazy shit going on. Don't know what's going on. I was freaking out about it. And then like as this has gone on and on and on, it's one of those things where I feel like it may not have been. It's bad. It's very bad. It may not have been as obviously like I want to say I'll say like completely world ending because I was expecting it to be more along the lethality rate of a significantly higher than it was. So I'm in that way I'm happier. I'm happy that it obviously wasn't that bad. But I was at the time I was like watching all this shit. I was like, oh shit, dude, this is pretty crazy. But I don't know.
My thing broke
Mhm.
as you were talking, Dave. So it
Oh,
probably skipped
gotcha.
like a second. of me.
Anyway, listen to Mez and I talk about
Okay.
Gundam on After War Podcast X.
I'm getting
Yes.
water. Some iced tea.
I like how you're like, okay, let me plug my thing really quick, and then Mez just leaves right when you're like trying to talk about it.
Well, he's still talking.
I know what he's doing. We'll wait.
No, I want nothing to do with what he's saying. Disavow. Just I don't care. Disavow.
Well,
I feel like if I asked for Mez for help at Kroger, he would just look at me with like sad eyes and just be like, "Oh, it's over there." it would be like that.
I mean, I've never really. I think with a lot of us, we've never really seen each other like in a professional setting. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
Like if you would have seen me like at my job in Illinois, you'd be like, "Damn."
Oh. I'd be like, "Oh, he's got 5 days left
Yeah, exactly. Actually,
on this planet." Jesus,
like-
dude.
3 months in, I was at that mood where it's like, I'm out of here.
What?
Yeah.
A
we
job in
talking about?
Illinois.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm talking about you
God.
at Kroger. I feel like you'd be really good at helping someone out. You totally
I
wouldn't
am.
be. You would totally wouldn't be like no.
No, I had to help like 4 people today. Some dude was like, "Do you have any more lettuce in the back? These are all rotten." And I'm like, let me check."
And you're
sir."
like, oh, I only have number 15.
No, no,
Get out of my head!
get out of my head!
Oh, what a terrible. What a
God.
terrible.
I like how we haven't had you on the podcast in forever, so you're like referencing memes from when you were last on the podcast.
Oh no, those are the last memes that I ever like saw. I don't really keep
Yeah,
up with that shit
yeah.
anymore.
He's off
That's
the
it.
internet.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, no,
I
we can-
really
we
don't
can,
use it like that.
We can talk about that actually. I
For sure.
stopped using Reddit again
That's a
for
good
like the
choice.
4th
Good
time.
for you.
I'm not gonna get into why it's a good choice, but that was a good choice.
Reddit fucking sucks.
I only visit
Yeah.
one subreddit, and it's r/Ambien.
And it's
Yeah,
the
that's-
one you banned that kid from.
No.
No, okay, so I actually have a story about banning somebody else.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
So I'm in the server for Steak Bentley, the guy who made the Metal Gear Solid 4 is a mistake video.
Yeah, I know.
Spencer,
I know what
Spencer
you're
knows
talking
it,
about.
but
You talk
For
to
our
you,
listeners.
you tell me about it every time we're ever hanging out.
I mean, it's a good video. But so one day, I'm getting high with a friend of mine, and I'm like really I'm out of it. And this guy joins, and his name is Big Boss, which is a Metal Gear character. And I'm like, oh, he's a little cringe, but as long as he's not like super bad, I'll just ignore it. and he starts role playing as Big Boss.
Oh.
And because my name on the server is Kazuhira Mez,
Oh.
and there's this character in Metal Gear called Kazuhira Miller. He's like, "Oh, Kaz, these burgers, huh?" And I was like, "Well, I'm really, really high. Either this guy's really fucking cringy and annoying, or I'm just really, really high." I
You're
went
just
to bed.
hearing words.
I went to bed, and then I woke up the next morning. He kept adding me for like these really cringy roleplay responses, and I was like, "Okay, dude, you realize Kazuhira is the name of my fursona?" And he's like, "Fur?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, there are furries on the internet." And then he left this server shortly thereafter.
Well, you didn't ban him.
So he did get banned, I think.
Why? Just for annoying people?
Yeah, people were all like, "Dude, stop like role playing. This is really cringy."
It's kind of like the other person that left that other server. That missed. I'm gonna just cut this out. Never mind.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I don't want to talk about it.
Speaking of furries,
Oh.
you know what movie is terrible?
Uh-oh.
Pokemon Detective Pikachu. It's terrible.
No,
terrible
I
movie.
liked
It was
because-
okay.
Terrible movie. And I'm kidding about the furry, by the way, but I did not like that movie. That's bad. Bad story,
Did you-
bad writing.
I
Fun visuals.
Oh yeah,
I-
the
Did you
visual was
see-
great.
The visuals were really good. yeah.
I watched it for the first time. I think it was last weekend or the weekend before that. I liked it, but it literally could have been any talking animal movie. Honestly,
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. That's what I
Yes.
felt too. I was like,
Yeah,
this
but
is
like-
so generic.
This is the second time we've talked about Detective Pikachu.
Oh,
on
sorry.
the
We don't have
podcast.
to
No,
do
we're
that
fine.
now.
It's fine. It's completely.
I
fine.
just watched it last month. That's why I brought it up.
I
Yeah.
started watching Prince of Egypt. Didn't finish it, but I like it.
Is that one of
that
those older
the-
animated?
Mhm.
It's, was that around the
It's
same time as like
DreamWorks.
Atlantis?
Yeah, but it's from DreamWorks.
Prince,
Okay.
1998.
Yeah,
Why do I
Prince
remember-
of
why do I
Egypt's
remember
not
Atlantis?
Prince of Atlantis is the one with I don't
and
know.
Milo Thatch.
Yeah.
Oh, with like the
Milo
crystals or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the crystal.
That
yeah.
movie's a fever dream to me. I
I'm
feel
a-
like it.
I like it. I like it
I'm-
live.
I'm
know
gonna
what I
need you
just
to
like-
fill this up. Fill it with what? Oh, guys, live in the podcast. I'm about to go all in on a Tails character in Salty Bet.
Oh baby.
Oh, dude, that Salty Bet is a great. Okay, this
Did you watch the Salty Bet podcast?
no, but I need to.
And
It's
how
like
big of a fucking clusterfuck that podcast was to try and do?
probably crazy, but that is such a quality Twitch stream. I
I
fucking
love
Salty Bet.
love Salty Bet
I'm-
so
I'm-
much.
You used to spend
Just-
so much time on that, just killing time.
I have two. I
Nothing.
recently went all. I almost said one all in. I recently got 2 monitors, so I almost always have Salty Bet on one monitor, just because it's kind of nice to have something. And I'm posting it in the server just so you guys can call my bluff. I'm about to lose all of my
Nice.
money. I'm about to lose all of my money to this DeLorean.
I just remember. I
It's
just
a
remember
fucking
a ton of
Initial D character.
the classic characters like Darth Vader, where he would just
Yeah.
fly away and then win because of a
He
stall.
he would hit you once and fly away.
Oh, am I really? I'm really
Timer
about.
scam,
Oh, I was
baby.
about to.
Ronald
I was about to.
McDonald.
Mhm.
I was
What
about
a-
to get.
what a good.
I was about to. I was about to get timer scammed, but it's fine. Oh, I'm like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am the 8th highest bidder better in this particular one. All he's doing
There you go.
is just bouncing
Oh
on my
my
character's
God.
head. Stop it.
That's the
Stop
best
it,
part too. It's because you find yourself like bargaining with the abyss because nothing you can. It's like that's how you learn about degeneracy and gambling. Because now take what you're doing with fun internet bucks and then look at that in real life with like real sports betting, dude. People do that with their real
Like
fucking money.
horse races.
Anything, you can bet on fucking anything.
Well,
No, I
it's
mean
not necessarily legal, but yes.
no, it is now. Sports betting in a
Oh,
lot of
right.
the states
Yeah,
is
I know what you mean. I know what you
significantly
mean now.
more legal than
I,
it used to be.
I
So
keep
it-
getting fucking ads for FanDuel
Same.
where
yeah,
it's
or-
legal.
yeah,
Oh,
so
oh,
annoying.
perfect. Let's go, Ruti. Come on.
but it's one of those things where it's like you're finding yourself
Hold on.
being like
Is there any
Okay.
hold on, Ruti Tales
Oh
of
my fucking God.
eBay?
I just want to make sure that everybody is aware that if you have premarital sex, you will go to hell.
If
before you
if
die.
Ruti wins this, I
No,
will buy some Ruti
Yes.
merchandise live in the call.
The joke is that this is already hell. Everyone's already in hell. You already died. This is hell.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah, it can be, but that's why there's like different layers, right? So like you just haven't hell yet.
Are you
Like-
on a
like-
different layer
like
than me?
you're- Yeah. When you die, you just go to another like deeper layer of hell.
Speed
just-
run.
You just keep going to hell.
Speed run.
Hell 2.
Hey, that's the name of a Twitter group that I'm in.
Hell 2?
L2 electric boogaloo.
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
Can't say
Okay.
boogaloo anymore. That's racist. Get banned. Alt-right.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can't say boogaloo anymore. Boogaloo is
It's
definitely
a alt-right dog whistle.
Just like
Well, I'm
just like Pepe,
I'm not
except
blue
Pepe got taken back.
Oh, I'm not kidding, but as in, I don't care. But it's but people, someone will freak out and say that.
Mm-hmm.
As
All
in,
right.
me.
All right. Gun to your guys' head.
Yes,
Which
pull the
character
trigger.
on the
Oh,
okay? Which character on the Street Fighter roster do you share a blunt with?
Cody.
none, because I don't do drugs. Because that shit is degenerate.
That's fair.
Cody.
I don't know anything.
Oh,
What are
definitely
the
Cody.
Main characters in that.
What are
There's
the main
Ken.
characters?
There's Ryu. There's Chun Li.
What's
there's Blanca.
Chun Li? Chun-Li.
Chun-Li?
my
Chun-Li's a
Chun-Li
cop.
wouldn't,
She is a
Chun-Li
cop.
wouldn't smoke.
Chun-Li's
She's-
a fucking cop.
Hey,
my
hey,
okay. I've got my answer. You guys ready? You guys ready for my answer?
What's your answer?
My answer is Dulcine.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, that makes sense.
He can pass.
I
He can.
wanna-
He can pass it from across the room, bro.
I wanna smoke with Blanca.
Or like Blunta.
That's the sound of me getting electrocuted as he passes me.
yeah, yeah. Hey, can you pass the booth and he just fucking Blanca balls at you?
Spencer, are you flying a plane or driving a car?
No, I'm not.
It
Why?
sounds like there's a fan.
Oh, there is a fan.
So I'm looking at the Risk of Rain 2 wiki, and for one of the characters, it's like, oh, it deals 450% damage and sends you airborne. There's a correction underneath. Rising Thunder actually does 550% damage. And I'm like, okay, because it's the only like thing that has a correction underneath it.
Do you play that game?
Oh, I love it.
Dude, I didn't know that. We gotta play. I fucking
Yeah.
love that game. I have a buddy that plays it a lot too.
I was
I'll
just
play
playing before the podcast too. We made it to Mithrix, but we wiped on him.
What's your what characters do you like to play?
Huntress and Mercenary.
Huntress is fun because you don't have to aim. And,
Exactly.
Mercenary, I also like Mercenary.
Hell
Did you
yeah.
get the skin?
No, I haven't yet. No.
It's,
Because I
it's,
haven't-
do you know what it looks like?
Well, let me look.
It's like samurai
it-
armor. It's really
Was it
cool.
me?
Oh,
Was
wow,
it Risk
that's
of Rain
random.
1 or 2 that I played at your house?
2 because 1 is 2D, so 2 is 3D.
Mhm.
You played 2.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I played the Katana Man.
But yeah, Risk
Yep,
of Rain
that's-
2,
that's
very good game.
Mercenary.
It's a roguelike, 3D, I don't know, shooter,
third
fighter,
person.
whatever. Yeah, third-person shooter, kinda. But you
Yeah,
can also
and
do,
you
yeah.
go and explore like different like maps, basically 3D, like
Get
big
items.
sandboxy maps.
Mhm.
fight bosses, but now they've actually like they shook up the maps quite a bit by adding a lot more in. They've really
Yeah, there's a lot more.
It's one of the games where you bought it. I bought it when it was pretty much. I'll call it an alpha. It wasn't, but it was so early in the game where there really just wasn't that much. Like you had to come up with your own win conditions and whatnot. And
Okay.
they actually went on to invest and develop and make it like a full-fleshed game with like tons of stuff and great content. And it's like I feel like that's rare. Like if a game really hits it off, like because they got pretty big
Mhm.
Did you
actually.
you remember Rivals of Ether?
Yeah.
So today, like how long ago did they do the like creator studio?
Like the last
Create your own character thing.
I don't know about when the workshop was launched, but go ahead. Let me look it up.
Yeah,
Keep talking about
Yeah,
it.
whenever the workshop was launched, a little bit ago, we'll say like a year ago or something, right?
Mm.
there was a workshop launch so you could create a character, create like the moves for them, do all the frame data, everything, right? Yourself. And the guy who created it, Dan Fernance, he was like, he just like created it because it's like, okay, you do it now. It was very cool of him to like give people the tools and everything, right?
September.
All right, you think you can design a game? You do it.
September 18th, 2019.
Okay, 2019. So more than a year. And so he did that, and then like today, it's April 1st today. This is not an April Fool's joke. They had like a stream, and they're putting out 4 more characters for the game, and they're 4 of like the most popular create your own characters. And it's like, whoa. So literally like create your own character, here you go, it's now in the game.
It's super
but
cool.
I haven't kept up with that game at all.
It is
The only person
it is super fun.
I know has is like Mikey and I Hit Stuff.
Sharp too.
Oh, Sharp too, yeah. All fans of the podcast that haven't been on the podcast.
Well, you guys are supposed to have Mikey on, and then Mikey dodged the question by becoming a Among Us YouTuber.
Among Us?
Among Us?
Is that the first time Among Us has been said on the podcast?
It might have been.
I'm gonna hit the emergency button. Listen.
No, wait. No, we played Among Us. We said Among Us in episode 19 at the very beginning before Mez did his Yoshi scream. You remember when he came out from underneath the bed and screamed.
I came out.
He came out.
That game, honestly, I don't see myself playing it again. I feel like I'm pretty burned out on that game.
I'm gonna try and play it tomorrow, but it'll be really late, and I'm not sure if everybody's gonna play still at that time. But like,
Yep.
They're coming out with a new map literally tomorrow or today.
It's already
or
out.
Yesterday.
It's
yesterday.
FD's in it.
FD?
There's just a picture of there's just a picture of Melee FD in one of the rooms.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
Okay.
Also, apparently Banjo's backpack is also in it, which is kind of neat.
Interesting.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, one of my students wears an Among Us mask, and every time that I'm like, yeah, today at school this happened, I just say, yeah, the kid in the Among Us mask, and it just like it radiates a certain energy whenever I type it out.
You just say, the kid in the Among Us mask said this today, and it's like you know exactly what's coming next. And when you said Among Us mask the first time, I thought you meant like a Halloween mask.
That's what I
and I completely forgot that like
Face
you
mask.
have to wear a face mask.
Could you imagine if you're just out, like you're at the store and you see a kid walking around with like a solid literally just like a solid color with like a glass, like a see-through front.
Well, you remember like how when you were kids, I don't know if you guys did this, but you would like you put your hands down your like pant legs of like pajamas. And then like you put the whole thing like over your head, and you're like a gremlin.
You know how many
you become Among Us.
I actually need to know like what that genre of image is called, because those are like my favorite images.
Where people wear it all the way up to their neck or whatever. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna see.
That's where that classic like Michael Jackson whatever song like scary. You know what I'm talking about, that scary video.
Thriller?
Yeah. No, there's that fucking video that gets played on a lot of Spencer. What's his name? Wubby's media shows. Where it's a scream, and then one of the Michael Jackson songs plays, and it's someone that did that with their fucking pants.
Yeah,
like running.
Oh my god, it's church.
Church find church.
See if we find it.
Hello.
We gone?
Hello. Hello. Yeah.
Brunch?
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going? You're being recorded as well. What's up, church?
Oh.
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 Ow.
I'm feeling okay. I just got...
Like,
all right,
just
here you go. Here's 3 of those images.
Yeah.
Why does that guy in the middle like remind me
Of you?
It looks like
of you? Yeah, I know, right?
Have we talked about Monster Hunter?
No, we were waiting for
we
you.
very briefly were like, yeah, it came out, and we're like, well, if Church weren't
no,
at
those
the
guys are just Fresno Nightwalkers.
wait, what? What?
Or Fresno Nightwalkers.
Do you have a link to explain this to me?
Oh, Fresno Nightcrawler.
What?
Do you not know about Do you not know about my favorite cryptid ever?
Did you just
Nightcrawler?
did you say Fresno Nightcrawler or Fresno Nightcrawler? Known as the Fresno alien. What is that?
Look! It's them.
Oh, it's loading.
Okay, you gotta middle click it. It's not gonna work.
I see it.
There's a GIF. There's a GIF of them walking, and they're so non-threatening. I love them.
Oh my god.
There's one of these that just looks like a white Pikmin without arms.
Here it is.
I'm on the cryptid wiki.
Hold on.
Anyway,
That's okay. This is devolved, dude.
No, look at this dude. Look at this dude. He's just walking. He's just strolling, and then there's a little one behind him.
I found
He was
the
age
video, by the way, but
restricted.
this is pointless. Yeah, because no one.
oh wait,
Yeah.
That video that you linked, Dave, is age restricted.
Oh shit! Well, yeah. I mean, it's horrifying. It's legit horrifying. It's legit horrifying.
It is
Jesus.
You mean you aren't like signed in? Why aren't you signed in with an adult account?
No, it's because I'm trying to view it on Discord.
My sleep
clicked on it.
my sleep paralysis demon in the corner of my room at night be like,
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's so fucking frightening. I just realized I played
Yeah,
it on the recording. Oh my god.
oh no.
It's a fucking horrible video.
I clicked on it and it's so incredibly loud.
That's the point.
Loud.
I
That gets
need to
played
edit
every
around it
single
now.
Wubby Media share, and it
It's
scares the shit out
so
of
loud.
him and me.
Oh my god.
He is walking.
How long have you been recording?
Over an hour.
Yeah, we've got an
Yeah.
hour. We got an hour worth
damn.
of podcasts where we're talking about.
Random
I'm still
bullshit.
telling you, the Fresno Nightwalker, best fucking
Yeah.
cryptid, because they're so
That sounds
non-threatening.
racist.
It does sound
It does.
racist.
It does
It
sound
sounds
racist.
really fucking racist. I don't
But
know
that's
why.
what they're called.
Okay.
But they're so non-threatening because all they do is just stroll.
Well, yeah, like Skinwalker sounds like a slur.
That just
But
sounds
it's
like
not.
that just sounds like something Tony would call me.
Skinwalker?
He'd
Yeah.
go, "Listen here, Skinwalker. My name is drug free."
Oh, there's a Pornhub video where you can see like a skinwalker baby on the wall.
What the fuck is
what
wrong
are
with
you-
you?
what-
What did you just
Man.
say? What did you
Ben,
just say?
get him out of
Did
here.
you
Get him
just
out of here.
say Skinwalker baby on the wall.
I don't know what the fuck that means. Get him out of here. I don't want to.
Hold on. I'm
Ben,
I'm
no,
DMing
don't
some
put it-
people.
no.
I need to I need to find the things.
I have decided that you are left. You are gone.
I'm
Yeah.
right.
So Monster Hunter Rise.
So monster cock fries.
Oh,
Stop.
To
real,
baby?
real quick. Edit this out. too.
baby?
Go.
Oh my god. So I guess we can. Yeah, you want to talk about Rise, or do you not want to talk about Rise?
You
15
want to talk
minutes.
about Da Vinci? Save it for next time.
15 minutes
Yeah,
of
that's-
talking
that's
about
fine.
Monster Hunter Rise, where we just
No, yes.
Nah, let's just talk about Da Vinci.
that reminds me. I need to do a Pokemon team.
Yeah.
Where I name them after like old vines.
Oh boy.
Like I just have like two bro.
Jesus
gone.
Christ.
It's gone.
I'm gonna
I-
post that
I'm-
on the
I'm-
fucking
I'm pretty.
No.
ixcast video.
No.
I am pretty sure that is because the word baby is in it.
No,
it's
it
because
comes
they
from a
took away
verified
amateur.
account.
They took away amateur stuff.
They took
Listen,
away a
I'm
lot of
very
stuff.
right.
Rid of the
account.
baby?
The baby?
The baby.
Jesus Christ.
Have you guys seen that one TikTok of like that guy playing Minecraft and his microphone quality is like, "Oh, the baby."
No.
You
But I
sounded
saw
like
the.
you sounded like one of my fucking second graders.
What the fuck was that damage, my guy?
What the fuck was that damage?
I legitimately have a second grader who every day asks me like, "Yo, what's the hardest Mario Kart Wii track you've ever played?"
Why every day?
Like every day, it's always like Mr. Mao. Have you like? Obviously, that's what they call me. I'm hip.
Yeah.
They're like, have you played this game? Did you? He asked me today. He's like, did you sell your Nintendo 64? It's like, what? Stop. And I was like, oh, I'll bring my Switch and play Monster Hunter Rise on my lunch break. And there's like two of the kids that really like Animal Crossing. So I'm like, oh, I'll show them my Animal Crossing town because I checked. I did not have any penises in it.
Good.
Oh my god.
So I showed them a bunch of stuff. They thought it was really funny that my bathroom is a lava cavern. But the kid that asked me about like Mario Kart all the time was like, do you have Plants vs Zombies on there?
Oh. You got games on your phone?
Literally, he is literally he is the games on your phone kid, except like turned up to 11. And I jokingly was like to the teacher, I'm like, haha, he runs out of questions soon, right?
No.
And she looks at me and she goes, no. Like she knew
a similar thing.
She knew I was joking, but it was really funny to just like joke about it. Be like, haha, he'll stop soon, I hope.
Nope.
Jesus.
Does that mean we're not talking about Monster Bunter?
No, we
No,
can
that was
talk
gonna be for
about
your
it
next
time.
Next time?
Yeah.
No. Well, maybe if you didn't go to bed at 6:30 like a fucking degenerate.
I was tired, bro.
Yes, me too.
I'm on spring break. I ain't gotta do shit.
You're a teacher. You never have to do anything. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
He's only proceeds to list every single thing that teachers do in a day, which is like 18 jobs in one.
I'll have you know, I checked my phone.
Once today.
Yeah.
That's it.
Being a teacher means that you are also inadvertently an excessive alcoholic.
Oh Jesus.
Well,
My mom would beg to differ.
well,
sister
I
would like
think
to differ.
that might be an anomaly.
I'm drinking currently.
Archie.
So was my junior year English teacher.
Same here, actually.
I'm
My junior
drinking
year English teacher was
gin
also
and
drinking.
toddies.
That's
It's
Dude,
time to
she had a
leave,
fucking
everybody.
flask
Say
for the
goodbye.
Yeah, let's just end
Fuck
this.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Mez, shut the fuck up!
Bye.
We really were the ixcast.